what is it? Can you see something?
I'm not sure.
Is it Liz and Simon? Are they out there?
No. No, it's not Liz. It's Traynor.
You keep away from us. You'll never get us to accept your hypnotherapy. We'll resist it.
Hypnotherapy?
We heard what you were going to try and do. Well, it won't work. You won't find anything out from us.
Now, listen to me, you two. I can assure you I have no intention of subjecting you to hypnotherapy or anything else. I've come to help.
Don't listen to him, Simon. It's another trick.
Who are you two? Well, what does Traynor want from you? Why is he so scared?
Traynor scared?
Of us.
I tell you, it was him. It was Traynor, Frank.
Now, come
was.
on, Jean. Pull yourself together. There's nobody there. Well, look for yourself. You must try to relax.
I saw him. He was there. Why? Why, Frank? Why? Why did I see Traynor? Where are Liz and Simon? They're here somewhere. I know they are.
We should never have come to this place.
I may not be able to see them, but I can feel their presence. Frank! Over there! That's where we'll find Liz and Simon.
Come on.
A clone? Commander Traynor, a clone? It's incomprehensible, and yet... Yes! Fraser tried to warn me. He knows. Only half the genius Devereux intended him to be. But it was never like that. It couldn't have been. When I came to work here last year, they told me that Devereux himself was the first clone volunteer.
That's what we thought.
That he had died during the experiments.
Devereux did die. But the cloning experiments were on Traynor, not himself. Don't you see, Mr. Pittman? Well, right from the very beginning, Commander Traynor posed a serious threat to the whole cloning and longevity program. Well, he had it within his power to stop the whole thing. Well, Devereux couldn't allow that. And the only way he could prevent it was to make a clone of Traynor. Only it hasn't worked.
Like everything else in this awful place.
Devereux died before he could achieve his life ambition. The mental and physical reproduction of human cells. The cultivation of the complete clone.
And if it hadn't been for us going back into the past, nobody would ever have known about Traynor.
Except Fraser. Half a brain, he said. You realize the Traynor we're dealing with is a madman.
We'll have to stop him. The clone has been constructed from the past to build the future. Well, a future in which technology comes first and people last. His mind is of both worlds and they cannot be reconciled. The clone of Traynor could have been the most brilliant scientific brain the world has known. But that brain is incomplete, tortured by what it doesn't know and cannot perceive. It can't face its own reality. If we allow the clone Traynor to interpret the technological master plan his way, well, it could mean the end of mankind as we know it.
And we know what the future can be like. We've been there. Iceboxes beneath the earth, steaming hot jungles in the middle of England.
We never thought we'd come to appreciate the present as much as we do now.
You seem to have been through quite a lot together. So what do you suggest now?
Traynor, we've got to stop him. That's all that matters.
What I don't understand is, if the Traynor we're dealing with is a clone, then what happened to the Traynor we met in 1965? And what about Mr. Traynor at St. Oswald's? Was he real? And where's Commander Traynor, the one who was in charge of the naval station in 1940? Oh, it's all so confusing. I feel as though my brain's going to burst.
Hey, that's the point. Where is the real Traynor?
I suppose they've killed him and let that awful clone Traynor take his place.
No, if they wanted him for the cloning process, they'd need him alive. Well, Mr. Pittman, did something go wrong? Is Traynor dead?
No, he's not dead.
Dr. Fraser.
I can assure you Charles Traynor is still alive, but only just.
Why? Who are you?
Quick! Right, now, come on, we haven't got much time. Where's that switch?
Dr. Fraser said it was somewhere on the desk.
Look at this.
Charles Traynor, 1965 to 1967. Oh, Simon, Dr. Fraser was lying, wasn't he? We'll never find Commander Traynor alive. He is dead.
I found the switch.
Hello? Is anybody there? Hello, where are you? Oh, come on. Hello there.
Frank, come on, there's not much time. I know it. Liz and Simon are in that building and they're in danger. I mean, there must be some way of getting in.
Well, we can try.
Look out!
It's no good, Charles. You're too late. They've gone.
You released them.
We could never have held them, not those two, you know.
You disobeyed my orders. I'll see that you never work in scientific research again. You hear me, Fraser? It's the end of the line for you.
It was the end of the line for me a long time ago, Charles, when I first decided to work with Morgan Devereux. Devereux wanted the future for himself, but he could never have it. That's why he created you.
Created?
You were to take over where he left off. I knew it could never work.
Oh, it's no good, it's locked.
Well, there must be a key somewhere.
Here.
Yes.
No, Simon, wait. I'm scared.
Sir? Sir? Commander Traynor.
It's incredible. Absolutely incredible. Every mark, every feature, right down to the last detail. An identical reproduction of a living person taken from your imprint cells.
It's fantastic, like twin brothers.
Well, I think it's terrifying to think that science could do such awful things. It's wicked.
But the most phenomenal breakthrough in the history of biological research.
Oh, to hell with biological research. Thank goodness Commander Traynor's still alive. We've given up hope of ever seeing you again.
Another week or so, and that might well have been the case.
I had no idea, sir, that you were being cooped up here like this.
Like an animal in a cage. No windows, no light.
Commander Traynor, sir. Is it really possible you've been locked up in here ever since we left you? Over 5 years ago.
5 years.
The last time we saw you was when we went back through the time barrier.
5 years.
It's inhuman.
Time has meant very little here. All the days were the same and all the nights. Never saw the sun rise or set. Full moon in a clear sky was something I could only dream about. and there was plenty of time for dreaming. Well, at least silence helps a man to think. What was it the Delphic oracle said? Know thyself. 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 No!
Traynor.
Traynor.
Traynor. Traynor. Traynor.
Traynor.
Traynor. Traynor.
Traynor.
Traynor.
Traynor.
The first time I saw the clone of myself, it was like looking at a part of myself that doesn't exist. Like being faced with one's own shadow. The same eyes, ears, nose, mouth, every blemish. It was a shattering experience. To be staring at the total reproduction of oneself, knowing it to be the creation of another man.
Commander, sir, when did you first realize what they were trying to do to you?
I have very little recollection of time here, but it must have been a year or so after you left me.
That's why they told us you're on a year's leave of absence from your office. It was all an excuse so that Devereaux could carry out his cloning experiments on you.
Commander Traynor, how much experimental work was involved to cultivate the clone from your imprint cells?
There were 103 grafting operations, not to mention the countless blood tests, psychiatric treatment, hypnosis.
What about HA57?
HA57 is a failure. It always has been. Never stood a chance right from the beginning. That's why Devereaux died. He had complete faith in the longevity drug theory, but the only way he could prove HA57 as an effective drug was to take it himself.
Morgan Devereaux submitted himself to the longevity drug?
3 times a week, until the rejection symptoms, and until it finally killed him. When he was dying, he was like a bewildered child. He couldn't believe he'd been proved wrong.
Just like the clone of Devereaux in the icebox. The most brilliant scientific mind in the world. Even though he was a projection, he still couldn't survive an error.
Does this mean that HA57 will have the same effect on everybody? Everybody that takes it?
Then, Maria, all those patients, they're going to die.
Unless we can find a way to halt the rejection symptoms.
Oh, no, Maria. She mustn't die. She mustn't.
To think that I became a part of all this. I let it happen.
We stand to lose a great deal more than our conscience, my friend. In a few hours, we could lose Devereaux's great dream of the future. The clone taken from your imprint cells. He's poised between life and death. His mind is struggling against something he knows nothing about. Past, who and what he is, where he came from. Morgan Devereaux reproduced life, but never found the secret of prolonging it. Your clone could have been the first real genius since time began. The supermind of the 20th century, the founder of an exciting new world.
You mean the destruction of the world?
Don't listen to him, Commander. He's just as mad as Devereaux.
The clone wants to build, not to destroy. That was never Devereaux's intention.
The clone of Traynor has exactly the same ambitions as Devereaux's projection in the icebox. To destroy the old world and base the new one on technological domination.
We saw all of it. We saw the future as it might be, if we let it.
The clone had to know the secret of the longevity drug. If the master plan was to succeed, he had to survive. But it's too late now. There never was a longevity drug in the future. And I hope there never will be.
No! We cannot destroy what we spent years in trying to create.
Out of my way, Fraser.
It's a clone of Traynor outside.
It's no good. It's too heavy.
Well, how do we get out?
All right, Fraser. Suppose you tell us.
Frank, look!
Traynor! Traynor, come back here! Oh! Get the kids.
How can I help you?
I'd like to speak to the director in charge, please.
Oh, I'm afraid Dr. Fraser isn't available at the moment. Have you an ID card?
I'm warning you, Fraser. You better tell us how to get out of this place.
Leave him alone, Pitman. He doesn't know the way out of this room because there is no way. It can only be opened from the outside.
You mean we're locked in for good?
Unless someone finds that switch under the desk.
Well, look, we can't let Traynor get... we can't let the clone get away. The whole future depends upon it.
Oh, he won't get away. I think we can depend on that.
How can you be sure?
There are too many pressures building up against him. The mental strain will be too great.
Don't understand you, sir.
I think he's struggling against memories that he can't face. Perhaps even the realization of how he came into being.
Traynor! Come back here!
Is Dr. Fraser expecting any visitors?
If I ever get out of this place, I'll have no more to do with the time barrier for as long as I live.
Oh, I don't know, though, Liz. Just think what we've managed to do that no one in the whole world has ever done. We've been into the past and seen our parents as they used to be. To the future to see all the things to avoid. Well, when you think of it, that's quite a privilege.
Privilege? After what we've been through?
Well, I reckon we've learnt our lesson about the future anyway.
What do you mean?
We don't really want to see what we're like. It's too much of a shock.
Oh, I don't know. I thought Beth in the jungle was rather nice. I wouldn't mind being like her. Not 2957.
2957, but that's me. Well, it could be me.
He was a bit square, but on the whole quite nice. I would think he and Beth would get on together quite well. Well, wouldn't you?
Quiet.
What is it?
Someone there.
Traynor! What the hell do you think you're doing? Where are they? What have you done with Liz and Simon?
Daddy!
Liz! Oh, it's all right. Everything's going to be all right now. Oh, darling. Traynor. But it's impossible. Come on.
No, stand still. Leave this to me.
Who are you? Who are you?
I'm your past and your future, Traynor. The past you will never know. The future you may one day discover.
There is no past. It doesn't exist. There's only the future.
Then go there, Traynor. Find yourself. It's the only way.
No, time is the enemy. I must resist it. I must!
You don't exist, Traynor. You're part of our minds, our imaginings. Find yourself before it's too late.
I won't do it. It will be the end of my life, my work. Man's greatest chance to change everything.
You don't exist. Exist. Exist.
Ah!
But why?
Time barrier was the one thing he feared. Time claimed him as it claimed you. But he's out there somewhere, in the vacuum,
You mean suspended in time?
to find himself, either in the past or in the future.
Has he gone? For good?
Until you meet him on the other side of the time barrier one day. Well, it is possible, isn't it?